Welcome back to my channel, everyone. As you can see from today's picture here and the title, we are doing something really different. I will be doing a Pennywise type of glam look. So I'm going to start off with really clean skin, and then I am going to be actually going through some things that I wish I would have done differently. Yeah, so I am going to take this Thrive Cosmetics Black eyeliner and use this to kind of sketch out a portion of my face. So, number one, first thing I wish I did differently was use a pencil that was maybe only about 1 to 2 shades darker than my actual skin tone, as opposed to using the black, because um, it was just really harsh. And I don't know. I just wish I would have used the brown or something instead of the black. Uh, Secondly, I would have used a pencil that wasn't budge proof or, waterproof, because when it came time to shade and create the shadow effect, because the pencil had sat for so long, it literally sat in place and it was really hard to move around. I also wish I would have done more of a half face of Pennywise as opposed to a third of my face. When I got to the glam portion, I realized I didn't have a lot of space to do the glam. So when I started to highlight and contour, you really couldn't see it unless I turned my face to the side. So I wish I would have done that differently. So I'm just going in with some Elmer's glue, glue stick here and a spoolie, and just brushing up and out my brow here so they lay flat to my face. And then on the glam side, I'm going to go in with my Underrated Beauty Brow Pomade in the shade Medium Brown on an angle brush and just fill in my brows. So because my brows are a little bit fuller and thicker, I'm going in with another layer to make sure they're really, really flat against the face. And then I'm just going to prime the eyelid on the glam side with my, what is this stuff? My MAC paint pot in soft ochre. And then I used my CC Beauty Cosmetics 12 color flash palette to lay down my black base. So in my crease, I'm using my Juvia's Place Warrior 2 and Saharan II palettes just to add a little bit of color. Since I had the red from the Pennywise, I just decided to go with a more cranberry crease color. So for the lid, I'm using the black shadow from the Warrior 2 palette and packing that all over the lid. Another thing I wish I had done differently was a different eye look, maybe something with some color or gold or something more glam, just because I didn't have a lot of space to do the glam side, so at least the eye would have made it more glam, but so now I'm just taking my Mehron makeup clown white and packing that onto my brow with a cosmetic wedge, and then I set with powder. Now I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape concealer and just cleaning up under my brow bone and blending that out with my finger. So I'm going to use the clown white now all over the face using a MAC flat foundation brush. And I like the opacity of this product. What I did not like about it is that I could not get it to dry down. I've tried Laura Mercier powder. I've used the Nessa Myricks translucent. I used I used a different powder I had to. I don't remember. Oh, RCMA. I used a bunch of different powders, and no matter what, I couldn't get it to dry down and stay in place. So that was the only issue I had with it. If you are experienced using this product, please leave some tips or suggestions down in the comment section. So I'm now switching over to my e.l.f. Powder brush, and I am really buffing this into the skin so it eliminates all of the streaking that took place with the foundation brush. And I'm also making sure to go over my ear so that in pictures it doesn't look awkward. Yes, I'm just going to continue to build this product up. I actually had to do this twice because it just was bunching up and like separating and looking weird. So I just decided to go again. And I did not use any moisturizer or primer underneath. I don't know if I should have. Like I said, I'm not experienced with this type of makeup. So if you have any suggestions at all, please let me know. So I'm using my Thrive Cosmetics, what is this, my black eyeliner, just to draw a little brow there. And I'm going back into that CC12 color palette, and I'm using the black to put all over my eyelid. And this is like a really blown out, I don't want to call it a smoky eye because, but yeah, you know. And I'm just using a brush to diffuse the edges and going back into that palette now. I am going to be taking the red on this detail brush and whatever this thing is that Pennywise has going on. I'm just going to recreate that. Now here's where this clown white really started to get on my nerves and where color theory started to play, but not in a good way. So we all know that red and white creates pink. So instead of it showing up as the true red that it was in the palette, it mixed in with the white because it just would not set, and it turned my red into a more pinky tone. It wasn't the true gory, dark, bloody red that I was looking for. So I did end up going over this with Fenty lip. What is it? The Fenty lip liquid lipstick and Stunna. I just ended up going, as you can see here, I did it. I did use it on my lips, and then I ended up going over that with over my nose and the eye. And now I decided, because I just couldn't find a red eyeshadow to set it with, so I opted to use some glitter, and I'm taking my Duo Lash Glue because I ran out of my Lit Cosmetics adhesive. So I'm just using the Duo Lash Glue on a flat shader brush along with the red glitter and packing that on. So the next thing I wish I would have done differently are my lines. They were really thick. They weren't as thin as the one that, Pennywise had. They were a lot thicker. So that's something else I wish I would have done differently. But yeah, glitter makes everything better. So I just packed on some glitter in there, and I feel like all was well with the world. As I mentioned before, this was my first time ever attempting a Halloween look. So take it real easy on me, guys. I beg you. Take it easy on me. So I'm just packing on this glitter that I got from MBA Cosmetics. I bought this at IMATS a couple of years ago. And for my glam side, I am using one of my favorite foundations right now, the Kiss Drop Foundation. And this is in the color Chestnut. I really, really love this foundation. It's more of like a satin finish. But if I want it to be matte, I just mix in some translucent or loose face powder into the foundation, and it mattifies it. So I'm just taking a small detail brush and really getting into those hard to reach places, making sure not to let this touch the white. And underneath the eye to highlight, I'm using some Tarte Shape Tape, but it wasn't bright enough. So on top of that, you'll see me in a few seconds go in with the CoverGirl, the new CoverGirl concealer. I forgot what it's called, but I used a lighter shade. I'll make sure to list everything down in the description box below. And I'm using this now underneath the eye. I would definitely love to see someone recreate this a little bit better than I did. This would be awesome. Um, yeah. So I'm using my Sedona Lace brush, and I'm just buffing in that concealer. Now I'm going to go back in with that same glitter and pack it onto my lips. I figured if I had the glitter on above the eye and, around the mouth, I needed to go in to make the look complete. So I decided to do it around the mouth, and then I also did some splatters by the nose. I wish I didn't do that because it just looked incomplete. I should have did splatters throughout the entire side of the Pennywise face. That would have been dope, but that's okay. So now I just took my Pro Filter powder from Fenty and used that to set underneath the eye. I wanted to go for something a little bit brighter than I normally do because it is supposed to be glam, but you can't really tell because so much of it is Pennywise. So I'm just applying some orange blush, which you can hardly see, but it's okay. So once again, this clown white was getting on my nerves because it would not set. So when I tried to blend out, number one, the pencil has set into place. It's all messed up. The pencil is set, but the clown white wouldn't set, and I needed it to do the opposite. So because the pencil was budge proof, when I tried to move it around, it was kind of set in place. And of course, once again, with color theory, white and black creates like a charcoal gray color. So when I tried to do my shading, it just looked really muddy and it wasn't neat. But, you know, like I said, it's my first time. So I used that same pencil just to fill in my waterline on both sides. And for the lower lash line on my glam side, I'm just smudging out the same color I used on my crease. And then I went in with a lighter color for my inner tear duct just to brighten it up. I went into that same Warrior 2 palette and I used, I think it's the burgundy and the deep sienna shade to further contour and add dimension to the side of my face. And then I went in with the red glitter on my nose. I wasn't going to, but it just looked undone. So here I am once again setting the face, and this is the completed look. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was fun to do. And like I said, there's a lot of things I would have done differently. This is my first attempt at, Halloween makeup. I will be trying a Joker look next, so wish me all the luck in the world on that. But if you have any suggestions, please leave them down in the comment section. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Happy Halloween, guys.